What if I told you that confidence has nothing to do with how much you're making, how successful you are, or how good looking you are? I've made over $30 million with my business. I've traveled the world 4 times, teaching hundreds of thousands of men and women online and in person. I'm dating my literal dream woman, and I'm doing all that even though I just feel like the same insecure idiot boy from an Austrian village that I've always been. In fact, we're in Austria right now and it's raining outside, so that's a perfect thing for the video here. Anyways, so if you ever wanted to stay calm in any situation, feel confident about actually earning a living with something that you love, or even just attract the right people into your life, I will share with you my 5 hacks that have made all those things happen for me, even though I'm a massive introvert and I had 0 experience when I got started. So make sure you stick till the end, because the last hack I'm going to show you at the end of the video is the very hack that allowed me to temporarily drop all my insecurities and get started with my first business that eventually made me a millionaire at age 26. So let's crack right into it. Hack number 1, confidence is not given, it is built habitually. It's like a muscle. If you don't believe me, have a look at this epic clip by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Tu bate, passa da barreira, o mesmo de sempre. Pra ti é normal, bate no gol, pá.
What you're witnessing here is Cristiano Ronaldo flexing his confidence muscle. And even him, the legend of legends, gazillionaire, everybody knows who he is, even he still has to practice the muscle of confidence. And in fact, that was one of the most mind-blowing lessons for me at the beginning of my journey, because I always thought some people have confidence and some people just don't. And I'm one of those who doesn't have it. Now, what that does to you, that sort of thinking, is you're just putting yourself in a boat where you're not even allowing yourself to win. You're not even allowing yourself to get confident. You're just saying, well, I don't have it, so I'm going to date lower quality partners. I'm going to have lower quality income. I'm going to have a lower quality life. But the fact that you just put yourself in a situation where you accept that already sets you up for failure. If, however, on the other hand, you say, if Cristiano Ronaldo practices positive self-talk and works on his confidence, why don't I work on my confidence? All of a sudden, you'll get better. All of a sudden, you feel like you deserve better partners, better money opportunities, a better life. And all of a sudden, you're opening yourself up to the possibility of growth. Now, we will talk about how to then get the confidence, how to get the growth. But the first hack is you need to realize that you actually need to open yourself up to the possibility of growth. Okay, Max, well, that's Ronaldo, right? But I'm not where he is. In fact, I don't even feel ready to start, let alone to reach my dreams and get to a level that he is. And most of us will never get to a level that he is, but you need to start. How do you start to become more confident? That's where hack number 2 comes in. You'll never feel ready. You're ready by default when you force yourself to go for the thing that you actually want. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This is my 4th YouTube channel or something that I've created. My very first YouTube channel, I brought all the way up to 300,000 subscribers. It was the YouTube channel that made me my first million. Guess how I felt when I brought up the first video? I didn't feel ready for that at all. In fact, I didn't even feel ready to shoot it. So if I had waited for myself to feel ready, I would have never shot that video. But I did it anyways. And guess what? That first video was cringe as fuck. I'll probably look at this video 5, 6, 7 years from now and I'll also think it's cringe. Was I ready for this? No, it's kind of raining outside. Lighting isn't perfect. I don't have a second camera here because I'm on vacation. Nonetheless, I'll fucking do it anyway. When I gave my first speech, I think one of my first speeches that was like actually professional was 200, 300 people in a room. I didn't feel ready for that at all. In fact, the guy who was supposed to be on stage after me, that was the guy that I was assisting. And he said, hey, why don't you hop on stage before me? I had no preparation. I definitely didn't feel ready, but I did it anyway. And guess what? I was on stage. I looked at all these people staring at me. And I'm like, well, I didn't feel ready, but I am on stage. So therefore, I am ready because I'm doing it, right? Same goes for my first high-ticket client. I didn't feel good enough to charge $2,000 for 3 days of coaching for my first coaching business. I did it anyways. In fact, I'll tell you one last funny little thing. I didn't feel ready to date a woman as hot and beautiful as my girlfriend. In fact, I thought she was fake. I met her on Tinder and I thought it was a catfish. And I'm like asking her to meet me. And she, I think like 6, 7, 8 times she said she doesn't want to meet me. And eventually she did. And when she showed up, I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be my girlfriend. I didn't feel ready for that either. But I guess I was when I just met her. Realize that, and you'll have a much, much easier time becoming confident. Which brings me to the third hack, and that's actually my favorite hack. You get the favorite hack already as a third hack. Confidence doesn't come from winning. No, 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 no. It comes from failing and proving to yourself that failure isn't the end of the world. And that was one thing that completely blew my mind as I spoke to more and more successful people on my journey. I've had many, many entrepreneurs, some of the biggest people in the industry, be my clients or just be consulted by me. And they all have the same in common. They failed a lot. The problem is, with you watching this, especially social media where everything is a highlight reel, we never realize how much pain and failure is part of the game for someone. We see Cristiano Ronaldo scoring. We see Alex Hormozi having a $100 million portfolio, but we don't see the years that they had to put in to work before that, where nobody fucking knew them. So naturally, we started to believe that, like, well, confidence equals winning, and they're so confident because they've been fucking winning all the time. No, that's not the reason. They are winning because they've gotten confident from all the failing that they've done. So you need to realize as well that with anything you'll do, you will never know if you're going to win or not. Very rarely when I have a new idea or I'm participating in a competition for sim racing, I'm not like, I'm going to win because I'm the best guy in the motherfucking world. Same goes when I'm approaching someone very attractive. I never think that they're going to like me, but I will think, well, whatever happens, all right, I'll be fine. I know to the deepest depths of my soul that if I fail, I'll be all right. Now, what does that for you? When you tell yourself, hey, instead of, hey, I'm going to win this, well, hey, maybe I'll win it, maybe not, but if I don't win it, I'll be fine. What that does is it sets you up to do the thing that you need to do, and at the same time, it sets you up for the long-term game. Every single confident person is in it for the long term. They are totally fine with a little bit of temporary discomfort, with a little bit of temporary humiliation when they lose, because they're in it for a fucking long term. So if you're, for example, out of shape, you're fat, you're disgusting, and you go to the gym, it's gonna suck. People might look at you weirdly. People might even talk shit behind you. That's gonna be very uncomfortable on the short term. But once you get used to it, people will fucking respect that. Hey, you see that guy out of shape that's just coming to the gym for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks? Damn, I love it. And 6 months later, all of a sudden, you're not that fat anymore and you're starting to get in shape. Same goes when you're starting a jiu-jitsu class or you start playing an instrument. You're gonna suck at it first, but that is totally fine. Don't let social media fool you where there's a 3-year-old Asian kid already being better at everything than you. Don't let that fool you. You need to be open to losing 90% of the time, and that will eventually actually bring you the confidence, because the confidence doesn't mean I'm gonna win no matter what. Confidence says, hey, no matter what happens, I'll be fucking fine. That brings me to the fourth hack, which is something pretty interesting. Write this down. Be humble, but entitled as hell. I've had a lot of successful people on the Max Tornow podcast over the last 12 months, and they all have the same mindset. Listen to this. Check this out. It's so crazy because it sounds counterintuitive. They all say, I deserve pretty much everything I set my eyes on, but I'm also humble as hell to understand that I need to work my ass off to get there, that I probably know nothing, and that I'll probably fail a ton. This sounds contradictory, but in essence, it's exactly what you need to have. You need to have the humility to put in the work, but at the same time, you need to pair it with saying that when you do put in the work, you will reach it. So it's kind of like a very balanced viewpoint. On one extreme, you would have the guy or the girl that says, I deserve everything, and I'm just going to live in fucking delusion, and I'm not going to put in the work, and I'm just going to be arrogant, and unless it's given to me easily, I'm not going to do it. And on the other extreme, you have the person who says, I don't deserve anything. You know what? Like I said before, we had that example in the first place. I don't deserve anything. I just deserve a mediocre life, mediocre relationships, etc., etc. You need to be in the middle of that, and you say, I deserve everything, but I need to fucking put in the work. So let me share you an example from my world here to really hammer in that point. My main offer and my main company is about to scale to $1 million a month. That's our goal right now, and then we'll probably keep scaling. So what I, as the CEO and the owner of this whole thing, need to do in my mindset is the following. I'm telling myself pretty much every day, I deserve to make $10 million a year. I can see it clearly in front of my eyes. I also know that I'm nobody special. that I need to put in the work, and I need to become the person worthy of $10 million in order to go from deserving to actually having $10 million. And that is one thing that you need to realize as well. You need to find that balance. And last but not least, the biggest, most important hack that allowed me to make my first million, that allowed me to travel the world 4 times, that allowed me to build everything that you can see me doing right now, is you need to be the hero of your own movie. That's such a cool little mindset hack that really helps you whenever you have a difficult situation or something impossible. You have impossible odds that are stacked against you. Ask yourself this. If this was a movie right now, and there's like a camera over there, and that camera is on me, and there's like John Williams is making the score, the theme sound to this, would I want that character to just fucking give up and go home? Or would I want that character to still try to go for it, even if there's only a 1% chance? Would I want that character to go through hardship upon hardship and bullshit and stuff that isn't even their fault and then win at the end? Or do I want to see that character just fucking lose? You can do this on a micro level where you say, okay, I want to get to this goal because I would love that main character of that movie, aka myself, getting there. But you can also do this on a micro level where you say, for example, you're at a party or at a bar and you see someone very attractive, and instantly you tense up and you're like coming up with excuses of, they probably have a boyfriend, they're probably not good enough, they probably don't speak my language. Just tell yourself, well, if this was a movie, would I want the main character to go up to that girl and strike up a conversation? Hell, fuck yeah, I want to see what happens. So a lot of times just this movie mindset helps us do the more interesting thing, dare the more interesting activity, and therefore we can actually push ourselves to do that. And that's what I said to myself when I was studying at the University of Vienna. I had a job and I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to be an online coach and I wanted to travel the world and all that. And then I had the opportunity to work for my mentor, Owen Cook, shout out, entirely for free, but I had to pay my own flight over to Miami, from Austria to Miami. I'd have to sleep on the couch. I'd have to not be able to get paid and all these things. And I said, well, this sucks. Like, I'd have to quit my part-time job. I'd have to quit my university. I'd have to just put everything on the line to not even get paid and just be an unpaid assistant. This sucks. This isn't perfect timing either. Why don't I do it later when I have money saved up? Why don't I do it later when I've finished my bachelor's degree? But then I said to myself, if this was a fucking movie, I would want to see that character say yes to that opportunity. I don't care if they need to crash on the couch or on the floor. I don't care if they need to go on a red-eye flight and be in $16,000 in debt. I want to see that shit happen. And I want you to see that shit happen too. You can reach anything in your life, but you got to put in the work. I hope these 5 mindset hacks help you. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I appreciate you. And hey, one more thing. I fucking believe in you. You can fucking do this. There's not a lot of people out there that believe in you. Maybe your mom just wants you to be happy. Maybe your friend circle doesn't give a fuck about you. Maybe you have 0 people rooting for you. You know what? I'm rooting for you. I might not know you, but through the power of the internet, I'm coming to you right now. Let this be your sign from God, the universe, or karma, that there's one fucking person believing in you. Don't disappoint me. Much love. GG.